Alright guys, Brandon back here again, talking about some more E3 stuff. I just got done watching the EA press conference, and I figured I'd let you know what I thought. Now, last video, I talked about Microsoft's press conference, and I was kind of let down, kind of disappointed, kind of negative on it. And I was really positive on EA's press conference. I really liked what they had to show. I thought they had a much better press conference than Microsoft, and Microsoft's was longer, and had a new system and all sorts of exclusive things that they had to show us, when here what we saw was much more awesome to me. They started out right off the gate talking about Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare, which came out of nowhere, kind of put a twist on it. It's like a third-person shooter sort of Plants vs. Zombies game, kind of like a horde mode co-op, experience thing, and it looked really fun and really awesome. Like, I love Plants vs. Zombies. They said that Plants vs. Zombies 2 is coming out in like a week or two or whatever, but, aside from that, they were showing this new game that looked awesome, and I actually can't wait to play, and kind of surprised me, and right off the bat got me more interested in that game than just about anything I saw at the Microsoft press conference, so sorry, Microsoft. Anyways, they also then, quick right before they left, I am sounding like the most casual gamer in the world right now with the things I'm saying, and sorry about that, but then the next thing they said right before they went off stage at PopCap was, Peggle II is coming. Again, awesome. Awesome. Those are the two PopCap games that I like and play and think most people should just play because they're great. And the fact that we're getting a sequel to Peggle, awesome. They didn't show anything of it, they just announced it and that was it. And had the Ode to Joy thing going on, and that was the end of it. But still, just awesome knowing that exists, and how different is Peggle 2 really going to be, but that's not a problem because Peggle 1 was great. So, now that the hardcore gaming audience has stopped watching, or is hating me now for talking about how great PopCap games are, the next thing they talked about was Titanfall. We saw that at the Microsoft press conference, and I said it looked pretty cool, but it looked like another shooter, things like that. They just had a couple behind-the-scenes development little things, and yeah. I still think it looks pretty cool. I still think it could have a lot of promise, could be really awesome. It's just we don't really know at this point. It's a new studio. It's, messing with some first-person stuff, which I'm for. But, again, it's more of a question mark to me than anything. And then they had a pretty big reveal, but it was really just a snippet, little teaser trailer, and that was Star Wars Battlefront. DICE is working on it, and yeah, I think that's great. I think it could be sweet. Battlefront was always interesting to me, and yeah, so could be great. Didn't really see much, but you have that to look forward to. So people asking for Battlefront, you're gonna get it. So congratulations, and hopefully it'll be a great game. Then they brought out, I don't know if they brought out, but anyways, they then showcased the Need for Speed Rivals, which is, the next Need for Speed game, obviously. It seemed like there was much more of a focus on online and having like a co-op and versus multiplayer experience all in one, and there's a guy messing with a tablet, like doing stuff, calling in helicopters and stuff. Really cool stuff. I really like Need for Speed games. I am probably more pumped for this game than Forza. I'm not as much of a simulation racing guy. I prefer the arcade style or whatever, so sorry hardcore racing guys, but yeah, looked great. So this is kind of odd because this is all pretty positive as opposed to the Microsoft one. Moving right on, they showed some Dragon Age Inquisition. It was more of just a trailer, so kind of disappointing there. We didn't really get to see gameplay. We didn't get to see if it's going to be more like Dragon Age Origins or if it's going to be more like Dragon Age 2. We don't know. All we know is it's BioWare, it's an RPG, and it's next gen, and it's kind of a wait-and-see thing on that. They then brought out the sports stuff. I know a lot of people don't care about it, but sports games sell a ton. And the only thing I kind of want to mention quick is Madden, because I don't play any of those other sports games. I just play Madden because I'm American. And so, Madden is what I play. I don't care about FIFA. I mean, NBA games can be okay, but I don't really care that much about them, and I don't really care about MMA. So UFC is not interesting me. So Madden, they showed gameplay, or what they said gameplay in a trailer form, whatever. But I bought it this time. Okay, looking at it, it had the feeling of this is actually what the game will look like, and it looked really good. Yeah, not quite as good as that pre-rendered garbage we got at the Xbox One announcement, but still looked really good. They had some awesome like physics and player interaction stuff that they talked about. Yeah, Madden looks like it could be great. So, big surprise there. But again, keeping with the positivity. Then they, kind of closed out with a couple things. Battlefield 4, they showed multiplayer this time. They showed 64 players. Which, yeah, I don't know if they said for sure really it'll be for the consoles too, 64 players, but we can assume it will be with the, new systems and the better servers and whatever they're putting in. We can expect 64-player Battlefield 4 on the console, like PC people, I'm pretty sure have been able to do for a while. But anyways, they showcased it, and it looked great. Like, I don't know, it looked like more of a single-player campaign, but with multiplayer aspect. There was a guy giving orders, and again, there was a guy on a tablet, and they talked about that stuff for a little while. There's going to be this whole tablet commander mode thing that you don't have to do on a tablet, but you can, where you can call in, airstrikes and stuff for your team. So anyways, yeah, some pretty cool stuff there. It looked beautiful as always, and there were some cool tactical things that guys were doing. Really awesome. I haven't been much of a Battlefield player, and I've kind of played Call of Duty over the last few years, and I want to play Battlefield 3. I just never got around to it. Didn't want to pay full price for it, and so on. But Battlefield 4 is looking really good to me in a much better way than Ghosts looked when they showed that. So, again, wow, I'm kind of way more positive this time. So then they ended the conference by basically announcing and having a little trailer for what people have been asking for, which was Mirror's Edge 2. And we talked about this a little on the pre-3 talk. Mirror's Edge 2, I liked Mirror's Edge until it got to just being gunplay and stuff. And so when they showed this trailer, I was very paying close attention to whether we were going to see guns. And unfortunately, there were guns. Now, in the beginning of this trailer, you see like a guy come up with a club and try to attack her, and there's fisticuffs, there's hand-to-hand combat, and that stuff I was like, oh, cool, we're going to focus on hand-to-hand combat, guns aren't going to be a thing maybe, and then you kind of saw some guys with guns. So unfortunately, there will be guns. So I don't really know what to think about this game, because that was my disappointment with Mirror's Edge, was once it got to gunplay, which I didn't want to do. So, anyways, I'm going to keep watching E3 stuff. I hope you guys enjoyed this. It's odd that EA, who most people hate, voted most hated, company in the country, the world, whatever it was. They totally had a much better conference than Microsoft and got me more excited about their games than Microsoft did. And the sad thing about that is these were multi-platform games, not selling me on one system or the other. So again, we got PlayStation yet. Oh, the other thing I didn't mention, Titanfall, they said it was exclusive in the Microsoft conference, is exclusive to Microsoft things, not meaning Xbox One. They announced that it was going to be for Xbox 360 and PC. So again, if you were thinking Titanfall looked awesome, and as the reason to get an Xbox One, you can get a gaming PC and play Titanfall. Again, cutting into Xbox One. Going into this, I was the kind of Xbox One apologist. Like I was saying, let's not jump to conclusions and hate this thing right away, but now I'm kind of coming down on it. Pretty bad E3 showing so far for them. Again, we don't know what Sony has up their sleeve. Their press conference hasn't happened yet to see what we're going to learn about the PlayStation 4. It's going to change my mind, but at this point, pretty good job, EA. Good job. So yeah, that's all I got to say. Again, be on the lookout for more videos, and I'm sure we'll have some big E3 wrap-up videos where there's a bunch of us talking about this kind of stuff, along with movie reviews and things like that. So hope you enjoyed this video, and talk to you for the next one.